Bailey Middle School students, I am Joseph Grinnell. I am addressing you because of some comments I have been reading on a Facebook page about West Haven. I hear Bailey students are being rather mean to each other. You are bullying each other because some of you cannot afford an expensive pair of sneakers, an expensive cell phone, and so on. I was a student at your school from 1984 to 1986. I want to share my story. It was my first day of 7th grade in 1984. I was in the cafeteria. A kid came up to me and he sang me a rap song. I cannot remember the exact words, but he basically sang that the mailman came to my house to deliver me my welfare check. What was the cause of this rather unusual song? Well, I wore corduroy pants where the knees were almost worn through. I wore track sneakers from Kmart, which probably cost my parents $7. When I investigated further, I found out that I needed to buy $40 Puma sneakers to stop the bullying. After months of lobbying my late parents and my late brother, I finally got a pair of $40 Puma sneakers. They were glorious red. Instead of kids bullying me because I had cheap sneakers, they now bullied me because I had red sneakers. My attempt to fit in failed. My late father asked me about one of the kids. He asked me, "Does this kid's parents rent or own a house?" I answered, "They rent." My father asked me, "Does this kid have a washing machine and dryer?" I said, "No, they're broken." My father then said, "Well, all this kid has is a pair of shoes." I told this story in a 2013 Facebook post. A friend I had hung around with since around 6th grade then blocked me. People might say, "Someone blocked you? Good, the garbage took itself out." The problem is this. Both of my parents are dead. My only sibling is dead. This kid who blocked me for telling my story is the one who can most help me remember my parents by asking, "Do you remember when your mother said this? Do you remember when your father did that?" Slightly changing the subject, to this day, I hold out longer than the average person before buying a popular item. I still use a Net 10 prepaid cell phone with no internet from 2011. Before I sign an expensive monthly contract for a smartphone, I want to be sure I am doing it for me, not doing it for my peers born around 1972. When you bully a kid, you destroy his self-esteem. The damage can last for decades. It can last a lifetime. If you open a newspaper 30 years from now and you see a former classmate has committed suicide or had a mental breakdown, do you want to ask yourself, am I responsible? I want to ask you Bailey kids to be better to each other. In a few years, some of you will start to lose your parents and siblings. The only ones left who will be able to help you remember your parents and siblings will be the classmates who visited you at your house. I think you guys need to hang together. Otherwise, in a few years, you will all hang separately. Thank you.